YouTube, it's Kalandra. I'm coming at you with two videos tonight. I went to the gym and worked out, and so I have a little, I guess the endorphins are still working, and so I thought I would make a couple of videos today. So firstly, I want to do a video for all of our new grads. I gave you guys a shout out in one of my last videos, but I wanted to talk about graduations and just give some simple advice. Not that I'm so wise, but I've been a graduate a few times, and there are some things that I think I could share with you guys. Also, in my career vlog, which I did a while back, I did a two-part career vlog, so I'll put a link there in the annotation or in the box below. You could take a look at that if it's helpful. I actually had gotten a comment from someone the other day, and it kind of made me think about doing this vlog tonight. So, first of all, to all of you who are graduating from any level, whether it's, well, if you're graduating from kindergarten, I guess you wouldn't be watching this, but if you're graduating from elementary school, junior high school, you've got a long road ahead of you, but you've accomplished quite a bit so far. To those of you who are graduating from high school, college, and grad school, whew, I know how it was. Especially if you're, I didn't work while I was in college, but I was working full-time in grad school and going to school part-time, and that was a really new experience for me, and so it was very difficult, and it took a long time for me to get my master's degree, but it was a journey that was worth taking for just personal reasons as well as for my job. So what I wanted to say was I hope that if you've graduated from high school, you kind of have an idea of what you want to major in when you go to college, or have an idea of some things that you might be interested in. As I mentioned in the career vlog, um, try to go in with an open mind. I grew up wanting to be one thing, went to school, went to college, started out doing that, and not that I totally shifted gears, but instead of going on to medical school, I decided that I was going to teach biology, which was my absolute favorite subject. Yeah, I know, I was kind of a nerd. And that didn't work out. And so by the time I was graduating from college, I actually switched gears and went into health administration. So they were all related. My biology degree comes in handy when I'm sitting in budget meetings with doctors who want to throw big terms around, and I'm like, yeah, I know what that means. Thank you very much. So what I want to say to you, especially, I guess I'm focusing a little bit on the college grads right now because not, you're probably either going on to grad school and or going into the workforce. And with today's economy, it's a little tricky. So I just have a couple of things that I wanted to say, a little pieces of advice. And I'm getting old now, so I'm always writing stuff down in case I forget. The thing that I always tell you, no matter, or tell people no matter what level they're at, is to keep your options open. Have plans A, B, and C, especially nowadays. So my suggestion to you is, and I will use my field as an example because it's the only field I can speak about right now. If you are interested in health administration um, or health management, hospital management, if you have a degree that's related. I didn't have a degree that was related. I had a biology degree. It was relatively related, but I could have gone into this job with any degree. Um, the thing to think about is try to go into a hospital or someplace that's similar or where, okay, how can I say this? If you wanted to go into health administration, try to get a job in a hospital. If you wanted to get into teaching, you'd get a job in a school. So try to get to a venue where you can get the experience that you want to do what you want to do. Now, understanding that in some larger corporations, in major medical centers, that's the best place to go in your field because, as happened with me, once you get your foot on the door, you may not be doing exactly what you want to do. I mean, I wanted to get into health administration. What that exactly meant, I didn't really know, but I know that I wanted to be in a management position eventually in a hospital. So when I first started out, I was a temp, and I just happened to luck out and get a position at a hospital as a temp secretary of all things. And I wasn't a very good secretary. But I had a mentor who saw that I wanted to do a little more, so she was able to give me a full-time permanent job there within a couple of months. So getting your foot in the door is really important because, one, it can establish you in a permanent, relatively permanent job in that company. And also, it can be a stepping stone to other things. You know, in a major medical center, there are jobs in all kinds of fields. You may start out in one field and end up going into finance like I did. I started out in operations where I was kind of doing, I think the first thing I did was when I was an account rep for our outpatient areas, and I did a lot of back-end billing projects, not billing per se. And then I moved up to coordinate all of our registration people and all of our clinics, and I just kept moving up from there. And then I actually ran one of our clinics for a year, and then I moved over to finance because an opportunity came up where they needed an operations person who, you know, could understand numbers. And that's when I was finishing up my MBA and was learning the budget process. I had been doing budgets before, but learned it on a larger scale, which was very helpful, and that's what I'm still doing now, just not in finance. I was able to go back to operations and administration and use that knowledge. So that's how you're able to stay in some place for a long time, because you get experience and you just keep going in the same company. If you're in that type of environment where there are options, you can go to different positions in the institution. And that was one of the great things about working where I am in a major medical center, that I'm able, you know, I've been able to move around. So keep your options open. The first job you get may not be the one that you want, but if you get your foot in the door, it could lead you to bigger and better things at that workplace. Also, if you are thinking about going to grad school, another good thing is to, you know, try to get a job in a place that can give you tuition reimbursement. I have to say, when I first started at my hospital, we had a really good tuition reimbursement, but due to budget cuts over time, they reduced it. It was helpful, but, you know, depending on where you go to school, it turned out to be, it barely covered one semester for me. It was a little bit of something, but when I first had started at the hospital, it was pretty much covering, you know, almost a whole year of school, of grad school. So try to get someone with a tuition reimbursement program and great benefits. Once you start working, immediately, day one, go to payroll and sign up for a tax, your tax shelter, whether it's a 401k or a 403b, depending on whether you're working at a profit or nonprofit. This way, that money is taken off the top when you start, so you don't miss it. And get vested in that and start building your nest egg from day one. I'm trying to tell you, day one, because the longer you work somewhere, it's harder to put that 5%, that 10% away, because you're going to miss it after a while. If you take it off the top, you won't miss it. And finally, I'm going to do a guest vlog, and he doesn't know this yet, but he will be doing a promo and a guest vlog on career management, my good friend Eddie J at gigblast.com, and maybe he can give some advice to some of you all who are starting out in your careers on how to link up your social network and, you know, LinkedIn and all those other kinds of sites so that you can really get your name out there. So I wish all of you the best. Graduation is a great thing. You are ending one stage of your life and starting another. I wish you all the best, and hopefully I'll have another career vlog soon. I want to try to get some of my great friends in who are doing some really great things in their fields, so that hopefully they'll have some advice for you all too. Thanks so much, and check out my new videos. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I love you guys. And once again, congratulations on all the new graduates for the class of 2010. Bye.